Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, winging it on Wednesday with another new product that will be in the upcoming mini catalog. So excited about it. It's called Something Fancy. It's just words, just verses, and they cover a lot of different topics. The font is really fun, and they have, so the stamp set is called Something Fancy. Guess what the dies are called? I just love this. Something Fancy dies. So they match. We're so excited about that. Let me turn the camera around. If you're joining me now, you're joining me later. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Patty from Florida. It's so cold here. Today would be a day I would think about Florida. The wind is just howling. It was like, I don't know what it was this morning when I walked the dog, but I didn't have a hat on and I just about froze. So, and it's kind of sprinkling showers like snowflakes. So really, really cold. But we've been so spoiled. We've had beautiful weather, but I'm sure it's nicer by you, Patty. All right, let me turn this around and I will see if I can do this. So if this bothers you, cover your eyes. We're gonna go for a little ride down to my desk. There we go. All right, so yeah, let me know. Hello, Annette. Let me know when you're watching, if you're watching YouTube, where you're watching from. We've had lots of, you don't miss those cold days. I wonder why. Yeah, it's, I was like, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. And today I was going, oh, it's so cold. So this is the new stamp set. So you matter to so many. And then grateful for the everyday magic of you, which I think is really fun. With deepest sympathy, I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. That would be for me because I'm always late. If you get a card, I'm always late. May the good you do come back to you. Happy birthday. Congratulations. Thank you. Here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. So, so sweet. And nothing fancy, just love. So super cute. And then here are the dies. So there's 3 different shapes and, well, actually 4 because there's an octagon here too. But these 2 shapes, this has 3 and here I'm using 1. And this has 2 shapes. And then you have the word little banner there too. And then there's fancy little things that you can use insofar as cutting out or putting on the end or, you know, however you want to use them. A little tulip, a little like a teardrop opening, and then this is like a little leaves, branches. So this is the set, and I paired it up with an item that I have shown here. It's called my DSP that I'm using today. I showed this great big huge pack. It's called Dandy Designs, and this is something that you can get free with a $100 purchase when celebration starts. So it's 48 sheets of fun, totally cool paper. So it's like you don't even know what to use. There's so many pretty things. So I'm going to set this aside. Here is the card that I'm going to do. I wanted to do something that showed more of the paper. So we have 3 different patterns from that Dainty Designs paper. Is that what it was? Did I say that right? Boy, Dandy. Dainty was yesterday. Today is Dandy. Dandy Designs. Okay. The Dainty Designs was the little flowers that I showed yesterday. So here we go. These are Dandy. So, ta-da. There we go. So I did a birthday card using my favorite little verse because I thought that was cool. I did use our little metal flowers on here that are in the annual catalog, which I thought they went nicely with this and with the little flowers. They kind of fill in something a little bit different. So let's get started. I'm going to move this aside, put this over here. Ta-da. So here's my little packet of goodies. This is what they'll get. This is another one of my Hostess Club cards. So they'll be able to make this. I cut this, I love the plaid, love plaids. And I cut it a little bit longer. So the plaid is going to go end to end. You know, a lot of times we cut it at this 3 3/4 mark, but I wanted it to go over the whole thing. So it extends a little bit longer onto the layering. So this is for my verse. This is here. And then these are two of the dies. Ta-da. And so what I did is I'm using this die, and I wanted it to be, I wanted a layer behind it. That's what I'm trying to say. I wanted a layer, but the layer that goes behind this is so much bigger. So here's what would be layered behind it. And I thought it's so much bigger that it would use up, let me do it this way. It would use up more space on here. And it would cover up more of my DSP. And so I didn't want to do that. So instead, we're going to play some games with this. I used the smaller one, and I used the same size here of the Calypso Coral. And then I'm going to chop these up and glue them around my verse so that I do still have a layer behind there, but it's not as big. So I have all kinds of pieces falling out. I controlled the size of the layering. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to, the base of the card is Petal Pink. And my accent color is Calypso Coral. Look at how nice that goes together. So pretty. So these are going to go here. This is going to go on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue some of my little pieces together so that I don't have as much to work with. Backside is completely different. So sometimes you'll get designer paper that, people will have an option. Do I want to use this side or that side? This side would not go, just saying. So I like this little happy print. We need this with the flowers and the little daisies, and it sort of reminds me of the 70s. And then this cool print here is like the octagon. Let's see if you can see that. Isn't that neat? It has a nice, hello, Cindy. Hello, Miss Marie. And then backside is a nice stripe, but a zigzaggy stripe. But we're going to use this soft petal pink pattern, octagon pattern here. So I actually have three patterns. I have the plaid, I have the floral, and I have this octagon. But because they're soft and they pull out the right colors, they work well together. There we go. So that one's going there. And I'm going to glue this on. So I just kind of eyeball it and center it. I pushed it over a little bit more. Like if I was going to center it all, I would have it over to the right a little bit more. I pushed it over more because I want more of my plaid to show too. So, and the verse pattern is a little bit big, but I chose that verse and I really thought it was cool. So I went with it. This one you don't have to worry about insofar as direction to the pattern. So there we go. And then I glued on this one. This is my favorite. I love the plaids. So this is my favorite one. So here's that same star pattern, but in the Calypso color. The other one was Crush Curry or something. That's a really yellow. And this one is going to go the whole way around here. Let's see here. Side to side, cover it up. See if I got it even. Usually yep, I did. Shockingly. Okay. So here's this, and I'm just going to put this right on my card. So I have that out of the way. It's all done. The only thing I have to add on is the verse layer. So here we go. A little bit of glue. There we go. Okay. So Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. Kind of a nice combination together, soft. There. Okay. My inside layer has this little strip of my favorite. My favorite plaid. So I'm going to lay this down and then I'll stamp it before I glue it on because just in case. Just on that case that I don't stamp it correctly. So we're using Calypso Coral. Here we go. And so the inside just says happy birthday. Simple. Just a simple happy birthday. So tap, 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 really light. Let's see if I can get this straight. without hanging over here. Please be straight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being straight. Okay. And here is my little label that we're going to cut out with that cool die. And the other nice thing is that all the dies, you can use the Mighty Mini. The Mighty Mini cutter. There we go. Okay. All my stamping is done. Lickety split. That was fast. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here and get that out of my way. Now that I have it stamped and I like it, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I love to put the little strip inside. It just gives it so much more character, I think, to have a nice inside besides the layer, to add a little bit either stamping or a little piece of your DSP. And because I use such a small piece on the front, you know, because I kind of figure out like what can I get the most bang out of my buck. So if I just had that small piece on the front, I have plenty to go ahead and say, let's put a little 3/4 inch piece inside, or 1/2 inch. I think it's 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch by 5 inside, just to make it look nice and finished. All right. I'm going to glue this inside. And I'm almost done with this card. It's super fast. Here we go. Put this inside my card. And see how that adding that little piece blends these two colors together too, with the Calypso Coral and the Petal Pink. It just looks so much nicer and finished. Okay, let's bring over our Mighty Mini. I'm going to open this up. So I have plate number 1, plate number 2, the clear acrylic. Here's my verse. There we go. And then here's my die for that. And I'm just going to try to center it as best I can, just eyeballing it here. And notice I'm putting it in kind of at an angle. I like to do that, so I'm not going back and forth and kind of rolling out my dies. Okay, so another one on top of the number 2 acrylic. And action. There we go. So to create my layering around here, I have those extra pieces that I cut out. And let's see here. So here are those. So I have they look like little tickets. This reminds me of just a little ticket. So what I did is I cut this in half this way. This one is going to go on the sides. And then I just put a little bit of adhesive, a little bit of glue here. And I find it easier to just hold it over and hover it there. And then push it down. So I'm getting most of, oopsie daisy, wiggle room with my green glue. There. Ta-da. So I'm covering up this little extra bump here. It goes right behind there. And then same thing on this side. Turn it around. Hover it over. There we go. Ta-da. And then for this one, which is the same size, of course, I'm just going to cut it lengthwise here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my adhesive on the back here. There we go. And then just hover it over where I want it. So I'm looking at this little extra bump here and here, kind of lining up so it looks the same. It kind of meets up with the piece I put on the ends. I'm going to move this over just a little more. There we go. Give it a little press. Okay. And then same thing on the other side. So it looks like piecemeal on the back side here, but it looks nice when you have that little bit of border, makes it stand out. I like that idea. Okay. So if you don't want quite as much covered up, you can create your own little layering. There. Ta-da. Okay. So I did put this on with dimensionals then. So let's do that. There we go. Ta-da. Take the paper backing off. Sounds like a song. Take the paper backing off and throw it on the floor. Sweeper will get it later, which is what I do. Okay. And then I can decide where I want this. So I wanted a little of this showing. I wanted it over here a little bit, and I love that plaid, so I didn't want to cover up too much of the plaid. So I just put it on like that. Ta-da. Then I have my little flowers here, my little metal flowers. I think they come in gold and silver, but I like the gold with this particular pattern. And then I just put an odd number on, of course, so 3 of them. So here's my little flowers. Oops. Well, that one wanted to come off first, apparently. Okay. Put one on here. And then one more, whoopsie daisy, up here. That's where I put it, yeah. There. Ta-da. There you go. So this is this great new set that you're going to want to look for when you get your mini catalog tomorrow. Tomorrow I can order my catalog. So if you need a catalog, let me know. Also, if you're in the area and I don't have it in, I promise to put it in after I'm done downloading my video. We are having a holiday bingo, and that is on Friday, December 9th at 6 p.m. Limited seating, so if you're interested, please let me know as soon as possible if you're going to be in the area, and I can get you set up for that. So there you go. That's my offering for today. Really fun. This is a great set. You're going to want to have it for your stamping collection. All right, I'm going to turn this around. I know the DSP is like a flash. Yeah, it's like I should have a Volkswagen bus. Or, yeah, perhaps, like I put the big daisies on my, I had those big sticker daisies you put everywhere on the window shades and stuff like that at home. Yeah, it is kind of flashback. And even with the plaid, but I love the plaid, so. All right, y'all have a great one. I will be back on Friday for Follow-Up Friday. If there's something special you want to see, let me know. Otherwise, I'm sure what I'm going to be playing with, they have a new, it's called Two-Tone Flora, a beautiful new flower set, ta-da, that has some great dyes. So I'm going to be playing with that. And one other one here I had around here, desert flower, desert cactus, or desert something, because it has super cool paper. And that's what I think I'll be playing with. So if there's something else you want to see, let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much. If you're interested in bingo, let me know. And I will be back on Friday. Y'all take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.